Yo, Wicked Crew, welcome to Hangman Entertainment. Huge shout out to our friends in For the Love of Horror. This coming October, they have got the convention up in Manchester, starting on the Friday with an intimate concert by the one and only Slipknot singer Corey Taylor. He will also be attending the Saturday and Sunday of the convention. I do believe the tickets are sold out for the Saturday, but I do think there's limited tickets for the Sunday. Also, there you're gonna have three Michael Myerses. You're gonna have Tommy Lee Wallace. You're gonna have James Jude Courtney and Nick Castle as well from Halloween '78. PJ Souls from Halloween. Rob Zombie's Halloween's. You have got Daniel Harris, and yeah, there's a huge lineup which are going to be there, especially the boys as well, which have also been added from Dog Soldiers. So if you love that film and you want to have a bit of a howling time, so to speak, get your tickets, head on over. I will be there, so come and say hi. I will be walking around the shop floor, speaking to cosplayers, and yeah, giving you Hangman Entertainment's fun adventures for the weekend. So please head on over to For the Love of Horror. The dates are 21st of Friday, which is the Corey Taylor concert, the 22nd and the 23rd of October. So yeah, it's don't miss out. Get your tickets. They are going very quickly. And come and say hello. So until next time. Bye. Welcome to Hangman Entertainment. This is an honor for me. I've been a massive Municipal Waste fan from right at the beginning. So thank you so much for this.
Yeah, you're welcome, man.
Um, let's start right at the beginning. What bands did you grow up listening to, and what got you into heavy metal?
Well, my first favorite band, I say this in a lot of interviews, was Judas Priest, and it still stays true to this day. I mean, they continue to put out great records, but that was one of the bands that got me into heavy metal, and I think it's a pretty damn good start. Obviously, I listened to Black Sabbath and got into heavier stuff like Slayer, and delved deeper into thrash metal, and got into bands like Razor and stuff that really pushed me to start Municipal Waste. So I mean, we could talk music all day, but I mean, the basics, man, Sabbath and Priest, man, that's what started it for me.
Yeah, that pretty much the same for me. My first two bands was Kiss and Accept, and
Oh,
then
Accept is up there for me too, for sure.
yeah, brilliant band. And I got into Metallica a bit later, roughly about the Master of Puppets era. So yeah. Um, when did you start learning to play instruments and writing songs?
Well, I started on bass guitar, which a lot of people don't know still, but even though I say it all the time, I mean, I still consider myself a bass player playing guitar. What's funny is back when I started playing bass, everyone said I played bass like a guitar player, so I couldn't win either way. I wanted to do more on the bass, but definitely Lemmy was a big inspiration for that because he played with distortion. So I used to just play with drummers and
Yeah,
have distortion. I would kick it on and off. It would kind of fill the void of not having a guitar. So yeah, I was basically self-taught playing the bass, and I couldn't really start a band just as a bass player. So I picked up a guitar and started Municipal Waste, basically just going out to the garage where I did house shows at my house. I lived at this really crappy punk house, and I put on shows. I was a terrible promoter, but we had a good time. And there'd
yeah,
be instruments. People jammed out there. So whoever was, hanging around, would hop on the drums, I'd hop on the guitar and just make up stuff, you know. I wasn't proficient guitar player at all, but we were just, you know, playing like metal punk stuff, and you know, it
Yeah.
formed into a band. It's crazy.
Can you remember your first bass guitar and your first guitar, electric
Yes,
guitar?
I still have everything that, you know, I have. My first bass was like an Epiphone, just crappy, because I'm left-handed too, man. So there wasn't a
Yeah,
lot of choices for me going into a music shop. You know, there'd be
yeah,
one left-hand instrument. I go, well, I guess I'll take that one. You know, now I got like 20 of them. You know, my
yeah.
first guitar was a Stratocaster. You know, I still have it. I'll grab it. Hold on. You know, this, I played this on the first, you know, 4 Municipal Waste records, you know, up
Yeah.
until Art of Partying. So, I mean, I still have it. It was like electric blue, and I painted it red and black and just stuck stickers and duct tape all over it. I always joked that it looked like a lawyer's guitar. I was like, I got to make this like a punk rock guitar. It was too pretty. You know,
Yeah.
the paint's all coming off. But man,
Oh,
I
it looks
save, if
amazing.
you can't tell, I save everything. I you know, everything around me, I keep as long as I can hold on to it. So
Your record collection in the
yeah, I
background is
got a few
amazing.
records and VHS tapes. I mean, there's the other Waste guitars you can see sticking over
Yeah,
in the corner. But yeah, I mean, the main reason I made the signature guitars because I couldn't find like a flying V that was left-handed that
yeah.
was quality. So I just said, "Fuck it, let's go over the top, and I'll make one in the shape of the logo." So I've been rocking one of those since 2008. There's 5 different ones now, and I
Oh,
got a guy
amazing.
making them. I got a guy making them in Utah. This dude, Rob Gray, RIP Custom. So now kids can buy those guitars now.
Oh, brilliant. Um, Electrified Brain came out on the 1st of July. I give it 10 out of 10.
Oh,
In my review is
thank you, man.
amazing. Really, really top album. I would probably go as far as to say it's in my top 2 albums of 2022. It's
I appreciate that.
awesome.
Well, we all do. You know, we put a lot of work into it. So that's a pretty
Yeah.
damn good review. 10 out of 10, man. We didn't, no mistakes. I like that.
Yeah, no, I I don't normally it's got to be a masterpiece for it to be 10 out of 10. And when I listened to it, I was like, for me, it was faultless. It was just top
Well,
album.
man, you know, like I said, I really appreciate that. That's that means a lot.
Um, can you tell me a bit about where you recorded it, how long it took to write?
Yeah, so we recorded it up in Philadelphia, which is about 4 hours from where we live in Richmond, Virginia, with Arthur Risk, who it's our first time working with him. You know, I was friends with him previously, and I pitched his name out to the rest of the guys, and he's obviously done a few things that people recognize, but it was more the personal touch that Arthur had. Like I really liked the guy's attitude and his temperament. Really easygoing guy, which you know you want that in a studio setting where it's very stressful. You want a
Yeah,
guy that can, you know, relax and he's professional at the same time. So, you know, we got with Arthur and everyone felt right at home immediately. The room we recorded in was very old school. We get in there and just basically record like we're playing a show or live at band practice. Everyone's in the room. We all, you know, record no click track with the drummer. Dave's
yeah,
got really good timing as it is, and we just play to him, and you know, it kind of gives you that live feel where it's not so clinical, you
yeah,
know. So we've always recorded like that. So why, you know, definitely didn't want to change it at this point. You know, we had a lot more time to write the songs because obviously the world shut down for 2 years.
yeah,
So for the first time ever, we weren't just rushing a Municipal Waste record, which we sadly, you know, we have not had a lot of time to pump these records out.
yeah,
And this time we had all the time in the world. We're like, everything's shut down. Let's just keep writing and
yeah,
fixing the songs. And, you know, we wrote more than we needed for the record, and we just trimmed it down to what we thought was a, you know, like you said, a flawless album, which you're always
yeah.
trying to do. But man, that's cool that you said that.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah, it's
So
a
I mean,
top
that
album.
you know, having Arthur with his talent and having everyone rehearsed and having the time for the first time, I think that's what made it happen.
Uh, I'm not sure if I'm correct, but Richmond, Virginia, uh, Lamb of God and Gwa, they based around that area.
Yeah, yeah. Those guys live down the street. We actually rehearse at the Guar space where they make all the costumes. That's where we
Yeah.
practice there. Yeah,
Oh, awesome. And another two of my favorite bands. So,
right on. Yeah, all
um,
good guys, man. You know, Richmond's a real small town like that. I mean,
yeah,
everyone knows each other. You know, there's a lot of output for how small the place is.
yeah, it's quite strange when you've got like yourselves and, like I say, Gra and Lamb of God all coming from the same area. It's
Yeah.
it must be amazing to live there, having that um quality in your area.
I think the attraction initially is it's like an artist community, and you can live cheaply here, or you used to be able to when we all
Yeah,
moved here, and you could just focus on art and not have to worry about paying rent like you would in New York or LA, where it's like, you know, there's a lot going on, but you know you got to work constantly just to pay
yeah.
your rent or your mortgage. And here it's fairly lower standard of living, so you know we could just focus on music and art.
One of the things I've been asking a lot of bands, because one of the things which I do is try to bring awareness to PTSD and mental illness and mental health.
Good.
One of the things I've been asking bands is, what was it like for yourself and within the band during COVID and the difficulties being unable to go out and tour and
It was a strange time. You know, one thing I'll have to say is the only comfort was that the whole world was going through it at the same time.
yeah,
So for me, it was actually initially nice to take a step back when I've been traveling and playing nonstop. You know, I played in more than one band. I
yeah,
just done two back-to-back tours with Bat and Municipal Waste, and ready to do a whole year of touring. And it honestly, it got me to take like inventory of my life and sit back and not just be hustling this whole time. So initially, I enjoyed the time off, to be honest. But then, you know, you get stir crazy. You're used to being on tour constantly, and you know that
yeah,
didn't last very long. I was antsy, you know, and I mean, we kept writing, but you know, we didn't know what was going to go down. So I mean, as long as we got in there and recorded a record, you know, I mean, a lot of people had it much worse, man. You know, when you talk about PTSD, you know, I think everyone handled it differently. Like
yeah.
I said, I just knew that everyone was struggling. So, you know, we're just one of many.
Yeah, definitely. Like I say, it's something which every musician, no matter what background, um, have had to struggle. And like out in over here in the UK, there was so much because of Brexit and all. I don't want to go into that too much, but the um, the politics around being able to tour and things like that. It took its toll on a lot of
It,
musicians.
man, it was hard. Had you been talking to me about 8 months ago, or, you know, when we weren't touring, I'd probably be singing a different song because I've already
Yeah.
been on 4 tours since we've been back. So I feel like
Well,
I'm back to normal. Yeah. But if you had asked me this a year ago, I'd be like, man, life sucks. You know?
yeah, yeah. I've well, going on to touring, have you had chance to do any concerts since the album release and or haven't you had chance yet?
No, we finished right before the album came out. So we had some singles out like Grave Dive and High Speed Steel were
Yeah,
out. So we were playing those. We had been playing Grave Dive for like a year, so that was fun to play. I'm dying to play some of these new ones. So once we go
yeah,
out, we're going out with At the Gates in the States in a couple weeks, and we tour. We're actually hitting the UK and Europe with Anthrax in the fall. So we're gonna play. You know, we try to be one of those bands that plays, you know, the whole catalog. When I
yeah,
go see a show, I want to see, you know, the early stuff. But I mean, I think these new songs hold up. I think a lot of people want to hear them, so we'll definitely
yeah.
sprinkle some new ones in.
Well,
But yeah, we have not played a show since the July 1st when it came out, so we're about to.
um I'll finally I'll let you go in a second. As you said, you're coming over to the UK with support for Anthrax. I'll be at the front in
Right on.
Bristol, so
Killer.
definitely. And are you looking forward to coming over to the UK?
Oh
And
yeah.
it's where do you go after that? And what's your plans for the future?
We're always looking forward to come to the UK. It was one of the first places that embraced us. You know, we
Yeah,
were on Earache Records for 3 really important albums. You know, Hazardous Mutation, Art of Party, and Massive Aggressive. And we
yeah,
felt like a lot of camaraderie in the UK. You know, and we've been going over ever since. And you know, we speak the same language, man, so it's easy. They get our jokes over there. You
yeah.
know, I got a lot of. I actually have Welsh and British heritage. You know, so it's cool to go
Well, I
see.
am Welsh.
Yeah, no, that's why I said it. And then,
Yeah,
so I mean, I think Nick, our guitar player, does too. But you know, you go over there, and all my favorite bands are British, and it just feels cool to be in the soil. You know, to go to
yeah.
Birmingham and just be around it. You know, I don't think a lot of the young people appreciate how many great bands are from the UK. You know, it's like almost
It's
everything I love is from the UK.
it,
So
that's the funny thing about it. Like as you say, most of your favorite bands are from the UK. As for me, most of my favorite bands are from America.
the US,
Uh,
that's that's how it goes, man. You know, that's just
yeah,
and that's cool, you know, and luckily we get to do both and you know, I
yeah.
hope you get to come over here and experience some stuff. But I'll tell you, man, the festivals are better than in Europe anyway.
I well, fingers crossed you're going to be at Download Festival next year with it being on 4 days. So
Yeah, I think we're gonna in 2023 we should be doing most of the festivals. You know, this thing with Anthrax is all we got
yeah,
in Europe. But yeah, I mean, with everything being shut down, this is about as soon as we could have came over anyway. So
yeah.
the tour was already moved once. But yeah, we got a lot of big plans coming up, man. So you know,
Well,
you'll know when we know.
well, I will be messaging Andy Copping probably every single day until he says, "Oh, for God's sake, fucking stop it." I am going to message him saying you need to get Municipal Waste on next year's festival.
Yeah,
'Cause,
we've done it a few times. We've always had a great time playing there. Download and Bloodstock
yeah,
is another good one we like
yeah.
doing over there.
I'm gutted. I can't get to Bloodstock this year, and there's well, I'm a big Behemoth fan, but I've always wanted to see Merciful Fate.
Same. You know, I seriously, we're supposed to play Psycho Vegas. Now we weren't. They're playing here in a month. I want to just sneak over and jump off the tour because we're on tour with At the Gates and
Yeah,
they're playing the next day. I'm like, man, just give me the day off. Like, I'm a huge Merciful Fate fan. There's not
yeah,
many bands that I just would stop everything to see. That's definitely one of them.
yeah. They haven't been touring for such a long time, and it's like, oh, this is an opportunity, and I
I'm
keep,
dying to see them.
yeah, yeah. I'm hoping that they'll extend after doing these festivals and go and do like a run of tour dates back
I
in the
hope so,
UK,
man.
but fingers crossed.
Yes.
Anyway, this has been brilliant.
Thank
I
you, man.
can't wait to see you supporting Anthrax. So I'll come and say hi.
Yeah, I'll see you up
And
front.
good luck with whatever concerts you got coming up very, very shortly. And yeah, this has been an honor. So
Thank you,
thank you
man.
so much.
Good talking with you, my friend.
Yeah, and yourself. And speak to you soon.
See you out there, man.
Yeah, take care.
Later.